All right, let's try this drop test out. So I'm just going to drop it like so. Uh-oh. I'm surprised that nobody's made a video on this on 8-inch kids tablet that's available at Walmart, and this is the 2026 model. Now, this will be a lot similar to the 2026 on 8-inch tablet that's not the kids model. So the main difference is being that this comes with a nice case while this does not, and this costs $20 more while this comes for $114, I believe, or $118. And plus you have 4 different colors to pick from. Surprisingly, the orange is the most popular one. So anyways, if we just compare them side by side, the specs are similar in some ways, but also different. So with the screen is going to be the same resolution, a 1524 by 1000 resolution. The octa-core processor is clocked at a lower clock speed. So I think it's going to be a lower end CPU. We'll have to see in just a moment. There's less RAM, 4 gigabytes of RAM here versus 6. At least they kept the 64 gigabytes of internal storage. And then the battery life is going to be a little worse on here. I'm not sure if that's because of the software on here or if they have a smaller battery capacity in there. The camera is going to be the same, 2 megapixel front, 5 megapixel rear. And what's interesting is that it doesn't mention that there's any warranty on here versus on the 8-inch tablet here, the regular one, there is a 1-year limited warranty. I stand corrected. It mentions it has 2 years of limited warranty on the front. Now, I'm not sure how limited it is. Well, you'll have to look at the user guide or wherever it mentions it. And it also mentions that you have 45 days of ABC mouse, and then it's like $15 a month or up to $15 a month until canceled. Alright, so in the box, and by the way, this box is a little bit bigger than the ONS box, the regular one. So here we have the tablet itself, going to put that to the side, and then everything else here, including the ABC Mouse 45-day free trial. It just takes you to a QR code. There's no special promotion code. Then there's a user manual, quick start guide. You tell me, I don't see the warranty information anywhere here, unfortunately, which is kind of sad, but there is a place to call for assistance on, and then nothing really else on the other side about warranty. I'm just going through this only to see the warranty, no other reason. Then we've got a pin to get to the micro SD card tray, I believe. And this is what's kind of nice about these on tablets, is that this color will line up with your tablet looks like. So if your tablet is orange, you'll likely get an orange cable here. This one is purple and like blue-green, just like the case. Put that to the side. We also have a little stylus, and this is kind of cool. It looks like a pencil with like an eraser on top. This does not do anything, unfortunately, but it's kind of cute, and it feels pretty like nicer in terms of quality. It almost feels like it's made of metal. And then there's a lanyard back here, which I think is very convenient because this is easy to place on a kid's hand, so they won't lose this or it won't fall. Here is the tablet with the case on, and you're most likely going to leave this on. It's actually really hard to take it off. It can be taken off too, which we'll do in just a moment. Here is the back kickstand, which is always nice, and it does go pretty far back because you know how kids are. They like to play around with these things, so they try to make sure that it's really flexible so it doesn't break. And it seems like this is adjustable in different angles, which is great, actually, if you want to place it to watch something. And I do like this case. This is the best thing about it, and this is probably the sole reason why you should consider getting this instead of like a regular tablet, the regular on 8-inch, unless this goes on sale. The thing is that kids tend to drop these things, and if it's broken, it's broken. But this is a pretty sturdy case. Like, it can handle some drops, and we can probably do some drop testing if there's enough interest. Let me know in the comments below about that. But you see how bouncy that was just by doing that? The sides are pretty bouncy. It feels like it can handle a drop from the top just because it's like the case is protruding in every single way. And it's made of this like soft plastic / rubber, except for the kickstand. It's just made of hard plastic. On the top, you've got the power button, volume keys. Then there's a speaker grill on this side as well as on the other side. But it is kind of tinny, so I would not recommend having this at like full volume because it might hurt your ears for some people. It's not too bad, though, compared to the 7-inch, but I digress. Yeah, there's the USB-C port, as well as a 3.5mm headphone jack, which is interesting. Nothing else on the bottom, but the one thing is that the micro SD card slot is inside of here. And again, taking this out is pretty hard. Maybe a kid could do it if he really tried, but yeah, it's hard for me as is. And so here is the micro SD card slot, and it is closed. Maybe that is a good thing. Closed off on the case itself, I should say. So yeah, just a micro SD card slot. You can't put a SIM in there. This is pretty thin, just like the regular 8-inch tablet, but just slightly thicker. I know it's hard to tell maybe on video, but it's there. Yeah, it's not too bad though. It doesn't make it that much heavier or anything along those lines. It does have like a nice look to it. It's interesting. It kind of feels pink, but different than that at the same time, like somewhere between pink and brown. Well, I digress. And I don't know if you could tell, but it looks like there's a stain on here already. That's kind of disgusting if that's the case. I bought a new one, by the way, from Walmart, not an open box one, which is going for about $104, I believe, a little bit cheaper than this. And this is what the back of the case or inside of the case looks like really quickly. The rear camera seems all right. This is the front camera right now. I just tested it out and I took a photo. This is all right too, nothing crazy. It's kind of grainy, can only expect so much. And then this one, the rear camera, I can read on this box, like it mentions, it's an 8-inch kids tablet powered by Android. And yeah, pretty much almost everything. It's a little grainy, but nonetheless it works. Now with this tablet, and the other ones to be fair, you can set up a kids account. You can do kids mode instead. And that's pretty easy. You just got to create an account. It's free for them. And you can supervise it as well. You can obviously use it like so, like a regular Android tablet, if that's enough for you. But if you want that extra layer of protection, you go into kids mode. And really quick, this is everything that it comes with pre-installed. By the way, these are things that I installed, like RuneScape and old school RuneScape, that we'll test out really soon. Here's what comes pre-installed. There's not too much bloatware here to begin with. And in terms of storage space, you have about 48.07 gigs free out of 64. Now this number may differ when you're connected to Wi-Fi. It may like download a security patch or some kind of update in the background. I had Wi-Fi off in the meantime when I was setting this up, so that's how much I had. So it's okay if your number differs a little bit from mine. And speaking of software, this is running Android 16. So to set this up as a kid's tablet afterwards, because you don't have to do it immediately, but whenever you're ready, you go into kids space. You're going to click on that. You're going to get started and go through this stuff. You can set up a lock here. So we can just do a simple pattern. So I'm just going to go through this so you know what to expect. You can uninstall apps or remove their profile completely, along with having some other parental controls here. You can allow teacher-approved apps, which is recommended. I think it's going to start installing some stuff maybe. Let's see. Or when they install an app, so it might be limited. Then there's a Chrome filter for Google Chrome, apps with in-app purchases, ads and in-app purchases. You can hide those too, as well as videos. You can just use the YouTube Kids app. There's books here. So yeah, there's quite a bit of control you can have with this, which is great. And you can already select or unselect apps just from here, from what you already have installed. And so like if I wanted to kind of keep messages off on here or Meet, and then we can move forward. And it goes deeper. Again, you can control it on Google Play, filters on Chrome, and Google Search. So this is what it shows. We're going to block only approved sites we're going to have. And then in terms of controls, we can select which games will be available. So if we want to just have everyone, or sorry, not everyone, but everyone 10 plus or teen only, it'll be restricted till that. And same with movies as well as TV. Now you can set up the YouTube experience. We're just going to stick to YouTube Kids, and then we can just have it for, let's say, younger. It kind of tells you what's going to show up. And then we can keep search on or search off. We'll keep search on for now. You can then set a daily limit as to how long they can use the tablet, and this is something I would highly recommend. You know, you can choose to however you want to raise your kids, but I personally would say definitely limit the intake of like screen time. I personally would avoid a tablet altogether until a certain age, but yeah, if you want to get a tablet, then yeah, definitely limit this, and we'll just skip this for now. Also, we got downtime on here, and you can also keep track of your kids too with location sharing. Now that that's over, you can now select the stuff that your kids might like. They can probably select it themselves if you want to do animals, cooking, as well as sports. And this whole thing should probably take less than 10 minutes to set up. It's not bad at all. Okay, so here is the user interface. It's pretty friendly for the kids mode. There's a lot of stuff that's limited. and then it shows everything that was blocked. I mean, for some reason, Google Meets got installed or updated, I guess, and then it just shows it's going to block it immediately. So here's the home page. You can set up your own little avatar. Then here's the game page. They can install some games here, I'm assuming. Yep, yeah, so if we want to install, let's say, something like this, it'll say you got to ask your parents. You can send a message or ask in person. And if you say ask in person, you're going to have to put in your password. This is also kind of nice. If there's a way for your kid to escape from the kids mode somehow, some way, let's just say, and by the way, they have to know your password in order for them to escape that. Even if they get back to the main area, they're still signed in with their account, so a lot of things are going to be limited. They can't even use these apps. So, very limiting. Kind of annoying because I kind of want to get back to apps I had downloaded. I'm not seeing any of that here. Again, that's a good thing. So, I think they mentioned that the brightness wasn't that good either. Just so you know, Walmart... I was comparing the speakers with the regular one because the regular one had some complaints about this being really tinny and almost hurting your ears. This is not the case here. I feel like there's a bit of a step down in terms of the sound level. Sound is decent. I think it's okay. Nothing too crazy. It doesn't get too loud, so I guess that's a good thing. And yeah, you can actually play videos, upscale it all the way to 4K, but it's going to be really, really slow and laggy with that. In general, I noticed that it is a little choppy here and there, like it's not completely smooth. When doing tasks around, you'll notice a little bit of slowdown. Sometimes it's better than others. There is like a 90 hertz screen on here, which is interesting, but nonetheless, it's still usable. And going into DRM info, there is a widevine level of L1 here we can see. And in terms of the specs on CPU-Z, we can see the GPU and CPU here. Nothing crazier to be excited about, of course. And then there's an ARM Mali G52 MC2 GPU. So yes, this is definitely going to be worse in terms of performance. Like the CPU and GPU are not as good as the regular one. But maybe that's okay. And then again, less RAM and everything. It's just a step down. For $20, it's a pretty decent step down. It feels like you're sacrificing a good amount of stuff. That 2 gigs of RAM does make a difference from what I can tell because it was much more fluid on there when I was using it. I know it may not feel like an apples to apples comparison, but it kind of is because it is, the same form factor and everything. But yeah, again, for kids, this would be acceptable. And the main reason on why I would consider it is this case here. And again, I will try to test out the drop test. I may have already placed it in somewhere in the video, but I'm going to test it out at the end. So anyways, I digress. I did actually have the CPU and GPU scores. It wasn't anything too crazy, but yeah, it's just okay. Because I had everything deleted for a moment, so I had to reinstall it. Benchmarks are one thing, performance is another. So first game we're going to try out here is Roblox. Alright, so Roblox is working pretty well. I do notice it lagging a little bit here and there when you have to zoom in or out. But it's working pretty smoothly right now. Yep, there are some hiccups here and there, but it's still playable. Some of these games are creative, I'm not going to lie. But it's not something I would probably play in my free time. Next game here is old school Runescape, and it is running just fine. Yeah, no major lags or issues whatsoever. Go ahead and fight this goblin. Yeah, this is going to be just fine. Let's step it up with RuneScape 3D. RuneScape 3D is performing just okay. When we zoom out, you're at the 20s. You could even hit teens. Yeah, and then if you zoom in, it's going to be a little bit better. You could argue that this is playable, but again, this can really just handle low-end gaming. That's what it tells me. Like Roblox, I think, would be at the highest level. Don't expect anything crazy. I think as for everything else, it's pretty solid. The battery life seems all right. For what you get at the price point, it's not bad. There's not too many tablets coming out this year, unfortunately, so this is a pretty decent option out there. Now, if you do want something bigger and better, well, I'm not sure if it's completely better, but there is Walmart's on 11-inch tablet that I'll be checking out pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. And finally, we're going to check out that drop test. All right, let's try this drop test out. So I'm just going to drop it like so. Uh-oh. That's not good, but it didn't feel like it was much of a fall. Let's try that one more time at a higher height. Let's just say that there's a kid on a table, and so this is like 5 feet high, I would say. Ooh, that one sounded pretty bad. But still, the tablet is working just fine. Interesting, okay. And that lag is normal because there's only 4 gigs of RAM. The only damage I could see is on the side. This kickstand is a little chipped off here, but it's not bad by any means. And maybe there might be some slight discoloration somewhere, but I can't see it initially. I just had to wipe that off on the side there. Nothing else here. So let's go ahead and drop it flat on its back. Ooh, that sounded pretty bad. But is it still working? And yeah, it looks like it is. And here's the final test. I'm gonna drop it straight flat down. All right, this one's scary. Ooh, that one sounded really bad, like an explosion or something. But whoa, look at that. No cracks or anything. Let me inspect this a little more, and it's working just fine. Wow. All right, moment of truth. Let's go ahead and open this up and see if there's any cracks in the back or anything at all. I see, oh no, that's nothing. Is there a chip there? Nope, not at all. There are 0 scratches or even scuffs. Everything is working just fine, which is incredible. Even when it lands on its front, it still works great. So yeah, overall, this is why you would get this, because it lives up to its name, being a kid's tablet, because kids will drop this all around. It may not be as high sometimes, but yeah, this will survive pretty much everything. So it's worth getting this one over the regular. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you guys want to see an update video, do let me know, and subscribe for more, as I'll be checking out more of these tablets. Thanks for watching.